infinite power, 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 infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, 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 infinite power.
Infinite power. Infinite power, 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 power. Infinite power. Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, 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 infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, 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 infinite power. Infinite power.